market. So I'm tweeting right now about Pavlidis getting closer to Benfica. We will update you on some of the latest things for these 15 minutes together, with many things happening on the transfer market. Pavlidis, yes, I see you in the comments, guys. Pavlidis is close to Benfica, more than 17 million euros plus add-ons. Some Italian club tried to enter the story these days, but now Benfica are really close to signing Pavlidis. Guys, let me go into some of the stories of the last few days and also from today to keep you posted on the transfer market, because there are many things to say. I wanted to start from the Douglas Luiz swap deal between Aston Villa and Juventus. What's going on with Douglas Luiz? What's going on between the two clubs? First of all, Aston Villa are now busy with Juventus for Douglas Luiz, McKennie and Ealing Jr., and with Chelsea for John Duran. Chelsea and Aston Villa are still in the process to decide whether they want to proceed with the John Duran deal or not. So they are still at that point of the story, still discussing what they want to do with this negotiation. So let's see if Chelsea will decide to go strong for John Duran. But remember what I told you in the last stream we had. In that case, will be a swap deal with players included. We know that there were rumors about Jan Madsen. Jan Madsen could be a possibility, but it's not guaranteed that Jan Madsen will be into this negotiation. Jan Madsen remains also a top target for Borussia Dortmund. Remember that the value of Jan Madsen for Chelsea is already clear, £35 million, release clause into his contract. So Aston Villa are informed, and also Borussia Dortmund are informed. Let's see what Dortmund will do, and let's see what Chelsea will do with John Duran. Duran is waiting for Chelsea. There are also other clubs interested in him, but Duran is really waiting for Chelsea. I see many questions on Olise. We will touch on that at the end of the stream, but let me say that Aston Villa and Juventus, even today, have been in touch for the situation of the swap deal, with McKennie and Ealing Jr. to Aston Villa and with Douglas Luiz to Juventus. What's going on? Guys, nothing has changed since Thursday, Friday. Juventus and Aston Villa have an agreement in place. The agreement is for something less than 20 million euros plus two players. Ealing Jr., who already spoke to Unai Emery over the weekend. So Ealing Jr. to Aston Villa and Weston McKennie to Aston Villa. The point now is on the players, because Douglas Luiz already said yes to Juventus. Douglas Luiz is very happy to join Juventus, but it depends on the clubs, especially on McKennie and Juventus. The problem, from what I'm told, is not between McKennie and Aston Villa on the contract. The problem is between McKennie and Juventus on the exit conditions. When you leave a club and your contract and your salary is different to what you're going to get at the new club, you need to agree on kind of compensation. There are some things to clarify between Juventus and McKennie to make this deal happen. All parties keep trying to find solutions. So Juventus and Aston Villa are talking to find the best solution. The deal is not collapsed, remains absolutely on, but they need to agree on this point for Weston McKennie. So that's the situation for Douglas Luiz and John Duran. It's over between Chelsea and Pedro Lima, the Brazilian right back born in 2006, who was going to join Strasbourg. So that was a deal for Strasbourg, but Strasbourg are in the same group and family as Chelsea. This boy is not going to join Chelsea Strasbourg Bluco group anymore. The deal is done with Wolverhampton. What Wolves did behind the scenes was to negotiate with a different agent to make things happen in that story. So the important part to say is that Wolves were working behind the scenes on that one. They agreed with a different agent on a deal with the player and with the club, while I have a news live for Benfica fans. Just give me a second to tweet and check, but it's something for Benfica fans. So let me update you on that one. Just a second. It's for Benfica fans and it's not about Pavlidis. It's something else. Then we will touch on all the others. So, just a second. I don't know if we have some Benfica fans, huh? So. Just a second, checking live. I will touch also on Lisa, guys, don't worry. So, just a second, and I'm with you, because for Benfica fans, it's something about a left back. Okay, so Benfica are working on a deal to sign former Atalanta and Inter left back Robin Gosens. So discussions are ongoing between Benfica and Union Berlin for Robin Gosens. Is a concrete possibility. Benfica are working on this one. And keep an eye on Benfica for Robin Gosens because it's a concrete possibility. Meanwhile, Olympique Marseille have signed a deal with Genoa for Vitinha. So Vitinha is a Genoa player, 15 million euros plus add-ons. Then. Okay, we were saying, guys, about Pedro Lima. So Pedro Lima is not going to join Chelsea and Strasbourg anymore. He's a Wolves player. Medical tests are booked. So Pedro Lima, hijack, has been completed. Everything is done with Wolves, just waiting for the medical test. I didn't lie, guys. The player less than 24 hours ago, 12 hours ago, said the deal is almost done with Chelsea, but his agent, meanwhile, was negotiating with another agent. And so congratulations to Wolves for this deal. Any chance for Wirtz to Barcelona in 2025? My friend, at the moment, for Florian Wirtz, the situation is not for this summer, so we will see in the next months. But at the moment, the situation is not concrete at all, and it's not something that we can discuss at this moment for Florian Wirtz, because nothing will be decided now. Then we said on Pedro Lima, we said on Douglas Luiz. Let me add on Federico Chiesa, that could be a really important topic in the next weeks, because Federico Chiesa will not entertain any negotiation now during the Euros. He wants to focus on the Euros, but Federico Chiesa could leave Juventus in the next weeks. After the Euros, his agent, Fali Ramadani, will talk to Juventus directors again, and they will consider all the options available. So Chiesa, out of contract in summer 2025 with Juventus, will have a meeting with his agent, and at the end of the Euros, his agent will meet then Juventus to discuss his potential exit. But keep an eye on Federico Chiesa, because could be one of the surprising names on the market for the upcoming months, July and August. There is a chance for him to leave Juventus. I'm receiving many questions also on Kvaratskhelia. His agent, his father, have gone really strong in terms of public statements in the recent days. In the last 24 hours, they said their intention, agent and father, for Kvaratskhelia to leave Napoli in the summer transfer window. But remember that both of them clearly said that they didn't speak to the player. So now it's the player who has to clarify what he wants to do, because his father spoke, his agent spoke, and of course, his big statement when your agent and your father are speaking. But now it's on Kvaratskhelia to clarify. Why? Because Napoli put out an official statement saying that the player is not for sale, and I can guarantee to you guys that Napoli, the manager Antonio Conte, the director, and also the president Aurelio De Laurentiis, especially the president Aurelio De Laurentiis, don't want Kvaratskhelia to leave the club. Napoli are really pushing and insisting to keep Kvaratskhelia, to offer him a new contract, to give him an important salary, to include a release clause into his contract to leave maybe next summer or in summer 26. So Napoli will really fight to keep Kvaratskhelia at the club. That's the point. Many Tottenham fans, guys, let me tell you that for Vanderson there is an interest. This right back from Monaco is one of the names being considered, but only in case Emerson Royal leaves. Emerson Royal is a target for Milan. In case Emerson leaves, Vanderson could be a possibility, but is still considered expensive because Monaco wants more than 40 million euros for Vanderson. So let's see what happens on this one. Marc Guehi, fantastic performance for England at the beginning of the Euros. At the moment, many clubs interested, but nothing will be decided before the Euros. So it's a completely open situation for Liverpool here on Playback. Remember, guys, to subscribe, to be part of the family, to download the app and sign up, because you have the possibility, as many of you are doing, to send in your questions. Everything is for free. But let me tell you that, as we said last week on Lenny Joro, Liverpool are there. Liverpool are interested in Joro. Liverpool believe that Joro will be a fantastic player. So Liverpool have included Joro in their shortlist. That was an exclusive news we said here on Playback last week. Liverpool are now waiting to see what happens between Joro and Real Madrid. If Real Madrid will go strong on this one, they have the preference of the player. But if Real Madrid will decide against going strong on Joro, in that case, Liverpool are among clubs really interested in the player, also Paris Saint-Germain. So let's see what's going to happen there. Mentioning centre-backs, I wanted to touch also Manchester United. I see many of you asking me about this possibility for Manchester United and Jarrad Brantwaite. The bid from Man United for Jarrad Brantwaite to Everton last week, guys, from what I heard, was £35 million plus add-ons. Everton will never accept any deal for 35, 40, 45 million pounds upfront. Everton want at least 65 or 70 million pounds for Jarrad Brantwaite. That's the price tag. Then Man United have an agreement with the player. They know that it's not a problem to reach an agreement on personal terms. They have kind of green light from the player. Branthwaite is keen on joining Man United, even if they're not playing Champions League next season. So Man United are there on player side, but not there yet on club side, because there is a big gap. So what's the situation now? Man United have an intention to go for Branthwaite? Yes, but it has to be at good and normal conditions. If conditions are complicated and if Everton are asking for big money, Man United have different targets, including in their list. So that's the situation. Man United want Branthwaite, but they don't want to do something completely crazy. So now depends on the two clubs, because the player is keen on the move. Let's see what's going to be the reaction from Manchester United. We have 5 minutes together, guys. Let me clarify something. First of all, on Julian Alvarez, then we'll reply to some of your questions. So on Julian Alvarez, guys, we heard rumors about Chelsea last week. But what I told you is that one club till now really decided to push strong on this one. And that club was, from what I heard, Paris Saint-Germain. Paris Saint-Germain have positioned themselves in the sense that they had a contact with the player side, and they told to the player and his agents that their intention is clear. They like the player and they would like to negotiate for him. But it depends on Manchester City. So PSG will go strong for Julian Alvarez only if they know that Manchester City will be prepared to let the player go. At this moment, as of today, there is no green light from Man City to let Julian Alvarez leave. This is why Paris Saint-Germain have not started the negotiation. They approached the player side, but they have not started the negotiation because they know that from Manchester City there is still no green light. There is a wall at the moment. Man City keep believing that Julian Alvarez has to stay. The only way to make it happen would be for Manchester City to give a price to communicate their intention to let Julian Alvarez leave, and in that case, PSG will be there. At the moment, no bid from any club, interest from PSG, interest from Atletico Madrid, but almost impossible because of the financial package. And so we have to say that it depends on Man City, but at the moment, Man City have no intention to let him go. Palhinha, I see your questions here on Playback. Bayern keep negotiating for Palhinha. For Zirze, Milan fans, we keep waiting for the player side, the agent side, to see if Milan will agree on the commission or not. That's the crucial point. Olise, Chelsea keep working on the operation Olise, guys. You have to be patient because it's not an easy deal. We know the close situation, the Crystal Palace situation, the many clubs involved in the race. It's not only Chelsea, many clubs are in the race for Olise, but the operation Olise is absolutely ongoing for Chelsea. Chelsea, while I'm talking, are really pushing hard to agree on personal terms. Chelsea are not really scared or worried about the release clause. They believe if they go there and put that money on the table, it's not going to be kind of problem. The real issue is to agree on personal terms. What Chelsea want to do is to agree as soon as possible on permanent terms, then go and negotiate with Palace because they know the value of the clause. So Chelsea mission, Chelsea operation for Olise is about agreeing on personal terms. And trust me, this is one of the priorities for Chelsea summer transfer window alongside the new striker and the other things that Chelsea want to do. Pavlidis, I see you guys texting me. Yes, Benfica are getting closer. At the moment on Nico Williams, still no update and nothing will happen during the Euros. James Trafford, the top target for Newcastle. They have an agreement on personal terms with the player, but still waiting to agree on transfer fee with Burnley. Negotiations ongoing. Calafiori, guys, Bologna will not sell the player during the Euros, so forget about that. Bologna want the player to increase his value. And remember that Basel have more than 40% percentage of future sale of the player over 6 million euros. So this is why Bologna will ask for big money for Calafiori. Juventus are the preference of the player, but again, Bologna don't want to sell the player for a normal fee. Has to be something crazy, or Bologna will not give the green light. So let's see what Juve will do in the next days, or if Premier League clubs will appear on stage for Calafiori. For Julian Alvarez, we already said about that, guys. You can find everything here in the chat about the situation of all the players we discussed, including Julian Alvarez. You can find the live show recorded, as always, here on Playback. We will be together for the whole summer, guys. So this is going to be the topic, as always. Cuti Romero and Real Madrid, guys. Many clubs appreciate Cuti Romero, but Cuti Romero is Tottenham. Tottenham have no intention at all to let Cuti Romero leave. Cuti Romero is a key player for Tottenham. So if we want to talk about interest in Cuti Romero, we could spend 3 days talking about that. But I can guarantee to you that Cuti Romero is absolutely a crucial player for Tottenham, and Tottenham have no intention to entertain any discussion. Remember the news we broke live, Robin Gosens a top target for Benfica. And then, guys, now it's time to start with the game. Good luck to Austrian national team, French national team. We hope for a beautiful game, and see you here on Playback in the next days for long stream, breaking news streams. Many things are happening. We will have also streams in Italian, in Spanish, so we will be together this summer here on Playback.